If I was in the market for a very well-made, sleek, slender, everyday carry backpack that works well in an executive setting, but in a quietly luxurious sort of way, and I didn't need dedicated water bottle holders, this would be my number one pick, the Pioneer Carry Savant. This is the 2.0, which now has a slimmer, more tapered body, a suspended laptop sleeve. They added a zipper pull to the front admin panel and made a few other subtle refinements throughout. If I was building out a 2-bag quiver from Pioneer's lineup, it would be this guy and of course the Panda Pack. On this video, I'll share why that is. I'll point out my favorite things about this bag, which I really like. Point out a couple little nitpicks that I have with it, pack it out, walk you through it, and then share my final thoughts that why even at $329, which is definitely a higher price point for a backpack, I still think it's a really strong value proposition for anyone that values some of the key things that this bag does really well. So let's get into it. The three things that stand out the most to me about this bag and spark the most joy when I use it are the front admin panel, first and foremost. Secondly, a little sleeve pocket in the main compartment that isn't unique to the Savant, but is such an underrated little feature in my opinion. And then lastly, the form factor. So starting off with the front admin panel, I'm gonna preface by saying that this is my favorite admin panel in any EDC bag, period. I really like the one in the Air City Pack 2, one of the reasons why it's my favorite Air backpack, but this one's even better. It's a combination of the fact that it is full length, right? So you get all of this usable vertical volume, but it's also incredibly spacious. It's kind of interesting in the sense that most backpacks, the main compartment is where you get the most usable volume, but on the Savant pack, the depth on the front admin panel is actually deeper than on the main compartment. And the beauty of that is like it gives you so much flexibility with bulkier things that I typically struggle finding a dedicated place for beyond just stowing it in the main compartment, like AirPod Maxes. Not only do AirPod Maxes fit in here, right? Mind you, right now I have like a pretty bulky knitted sweater in the main compartment, but you can throw, here's my tech pouch, the Evergoods Cap 1. I can actually put this in front or behind of the headphones comfortably. And then the other beauty of that is that even with those things in there, the 4 pockets above it are still perfectly accessible. They don't get in the way. So I love that, paired with the fact that you've got the 10XD liner fabric that you're probably sick and tired of me saying it, but it's my favorite liner fabric on any backpack. It's just so luxurious. It's not stretch mesh, so it doesn't keep things as like snug as you might be used to in like a traditional premium technical backpack, but this feels more luxurious and this feels like it's definitely gonna last a lot longer. And the pockets have great usable volume where you can get in here and snag your things really comfortably. Second thing that I love about the Savant, you also get this in the Panda Pack. You do not get it in the Duration or the Threshold. And when you go into the main compartment, you don't even need to like open it very much, but just so you can see it, you get a zippered pocket here that you get pretty much in every backpack nowadays. But behind that, you have this awesome little sleeve. And so it kind of doubles as a quick access pocket in that you don't have to do much, right? You can just like open this a little bit. Perfect place for like a little journal, an iPad mini, things like that. And I find it just like a really clever, intuitive use of space that I'm sure it exists beyond Pioneer Carry, but I have yet to see it. Let me know if you have. And then the last thing is just the form factor, right? Right now I threw in over-the-ear headphones as well as a tech pouch. I have, so you can see, like a decently thick knitted sweater in here. And it just keeps a really nice, like slim tapered form. This was a big refinement over the original Savant that was boxier. And so I think within Pioneer Carry's lineup, the Savant, in my opinion, blends in the most seamlessly into a more executive setting. It has the most understated, minimal design language that while in pictures, maybe it looks a little bland, like it doesn't have a super distinct personality, but in person, yeah, I really dig the refined look of this bag. But I will say, despite the slim form factor, it fits a surprising amount of stuff. Like, I don't feel too limited making compromises as far as like having enough space for my things. I definitely do. My only concern is if I'm like using this to travel with kids, there's always like extra stuff that I might need to throw in here, so it might get a little tighter. But if you're just using it for yourself, it's such a fantastic bag. One worthwhile call out as well is I noticed that the shoulder straps, even though the width is the same as on the Panda pack as well as the Threshold, and I believe the Duration pack, my father-in-law has it right now, so I can't confirm, but the straps themselves feel a little thinner, but in a good way. Like, they still have sufficient padding, but they're not as stiff as on the Panda pack. And so out of all of Pioneer's bags, this is the one that I find to be the most comfortable. And a part of it is just the straps themselves are a little bit more flexible. And yeah, it just hugs my back really nicely. Now, as far as the nitpicks go, keep in mind that even though nitpicks typically are subjective, right? They're based off of my preferences. When I'm evaluating a bag, I'm trying to look at it from the perspective of what was the intention behind the design? Who was this bag specifically designed for? And I try to separate my preferences based off of those things. So for example, I'm a big water bottle holder guy. I just am. And given the choice, would I want a water bottle holder? I would, but I'm not gonna call it a nitpick because one, Pioneer Carry already offers 3 of their 5 bags. The Duration, the Panda, and the Ray Pack all have water bottle holders. But also this is designed to be like their slim, compact EDC bag. And while, yes, I'm sure they could have found a way to include a water bottle holder, they would have had to make design compromises that would have taken away from the minimal look that they were going after. So that is not a nitpick. The main compartment space does feel a little bit tight, like it is a slim main compartment, but again, that is like what they were going for. And all in all, you get that volume just more in the front admin panel. So really my 2 nitpicks, and they're super minor, that's how much I really like this bag, is on the laptop compartment, you get a single zipper pull. And look, it's not a huge deal because it's not like you're getting in and out of the laptop compartment all the time. I just feel like with version 2 of the Savant, they introduced a second zipper pull. And if you look at the full length of the zipper track, it's the same length as the laptop compartment. And I've talked about this with some of their other bags, right? The Duration, I felt the same way because it was like that length, but with their Threshold and their Panda pack, you get a single zipper pull, but it goes like, as you can see, it doesn't go as far. And even still on the Panda pack, you actually get 2 zipper pulls. I think that's like a tiny little design element that net, I can't picture anyone complaining because they got a second zipper pull there. But again, I'm clutching at straws here. And then the second one, I think this is just like a Pioneer thing. They don't really do it. This is more of a preference thing, but in the laptop compartment, you get that suspended sleeve now that you didn't have in version 1, but you get a single sleeve. So ideally, I prefer having 2 sleeves in the laptop compartment where I can have my laptop and my tablet in the same place. When I'm going through security, I can take them out together at the same time. Now, technically, you can absolutely use the second sleeve here, and sometimes I do that. I'll actually like just throw the laptop in the bigger one, but when you do that, you get very limited protection, and throw the tablet in the sleeve across from it. In the main compartment, you do get a sleeve where the tablet fits comfortably, but I mean, that's just it. Like, I'm like, I need to come up with at least like a second minor design thing, but I think at this point, Pioneer Carry is like pretty committed to that being their laptop compartment setup because it's pretty consistent across all of their bags. All right, quick walkthrough and then I'll pack it out. You have a little luggage tag action on the side. It's removable, and if you don't use it, then you have a little metal D-ring on the side. Grab handle up top. Love the structure on it. It just like stays up top and just really easy to grab. And then technically you have like 2 little loops there. Here on the back, some nice padding. The straps on the Savant are actually a little thinner, but also like more flexible, more malleable than on the Panda and the Threshold. And so oddly enough, I find it more comfortable. Love the super heavy duty luggage pass through here. Then really like my favorite thing about the Savant is this front admin panel, which I'll pack out right now, but it's a combination of how spacious it is. Here, the depth, the vertical volume, 10XD liner fabric, favorite liner fabric in any bag, and then their 840D Mandarin ballistic nylon. This is the navy, which it's hard to capture, honestly, how refined and beautiful this color is on video, but it's a dark, subtle, elegant slate charcoal gray, and then the combination of that with the navy on the inside is amazing. So here on the inside, AirPods, sunglasses, little mobile battery bank, and then here's the beauty of it. Typically, even with deeper admin panels, you could fit one bulky thing like over-the-ear headphones or a tech pouch. Here, you can actually fit two, and they fit great. And then here you've got a detachable key leash. I really like the ones that Pioneer uses, even though it's not as easy as like a little carabiner. There's just something kind of like old school and classic about that. So snap it, and then I like the placement where I could just stow away my keys and they're out of the way from everything else. Main compartment, because the admin panel is so spacious, that's one thing to keep in mind, that the main compartment is actually like fairly slim, but still spacious enough for the main things that I might need. So here's like a pretty bulky knitted sweater that goes in there. You also have a sleeve back here, so if you want to throw a tablet or something like that. I left mine upstairs. Another thing that I love about the Savant that you get in the Panda pack is this little like sleeve in addition to the little zippered pocket here. So perfect place for something like a little journal. And I'll close it up. With things in there, it stands, as you can see with the little pressure. You can kind of see the silhouette of what's in the front. And then just lastly, here in the laptop compartment, you have one sleeve that has like a suspended bottom, and then technically there's a little bit of padding here. You can just throw your laptop here and then throw a tablet here, or if not, you can just throw the tablet in the main compartment if you want to make sure your laptop has as much protection. 14-inch MacBook Air. Fits comfortably with the sweater in there. Slightly tight, but I think it fits great. That's it. Love this thing. Final thoughts, is it worth it? By the way, color-wise, Pioneer carry like pretty much their core colors, black, forest green, and navy. And their forest green is my favorite forest green that I've seen executed on a backpack, period. If my Panda pack wasn't in that color, I don't know if I would love it as much. I mean, it's crazy how colors have such a power to transform how much you enjoy something, at least for me. And while the forest green is freaking beautiful, the navy, which is this, which on camera, it is so hard to capture. From afar, it looks almost black or like a very dark gray because it has like those cooler hues. But up close, it's just like a really refined color. So if you're the kind of person that you're like, I'm a boring black backpack sort of guy, nothing wrong with that, or gal. And you're like, I'm feeling a little adventurous, I want to switch it up, but I want to make sure I don't get tired of it long term. I mean, this navy color, it's like a slate, dark grayish blue. It's insane. And given the choice of colors, I feel like the Savant in this color just fully comes to life in the way that the Panda comes to life in the forest color. It's also really cool how they have like the more navy. It's like monochromatic, but it's like a more bluish liner, and having that like all throughout the bag, the webbing, everything, just really tasteful. Anyways, this bag's like 320, 330 around there, which I get is a lot of money for a bag. This is the first Pioneer carry video where one of my pros is not the material selection, because it always is. It's really hard not to, but it's one of those key things that you really need to value to justify the price point. So Pioneer carry, they started as a wallet company, evolved into now doing amazing backpacks, But one of the things that differentiates them from a lot of companies, even some of the most popular companies like Air, is that they're designing and developing in-house their own fabrics, both the shell fabric, their 840D ballistic nylon, which is just like the most sophisticated version of ballistic nylon that I've come across. It feels both tough and also just like luxurious and malleable, has like a nice smooth hand feel to it. And then their liner fabric, which is my favorite liner fabric on any bag, that they use this on a lot of their like wallets, the 10XD. And they are not a huge company, right? So they don't have the economies of scale to compete with a lot of other companies. And so if you're the kind of person that you just view a bag as a tool to put your things into, take them places, you want some organization, you want to kind of like the look, but that's it, then it's going to be a tougher pill to swallow when you could buy so many amazing backpacks for like $150 to $200. If you appreciate the finer details, and a lot of those details come from the fabrics that they're using, then that's one of the places that I think Pioneer Carry does a great job. If you compare it to Tumi, that I know invariably Pioneer Carry, like a lot of people are like, oh, it's like the cheaper Tumi. And they're not like completely wrong. I have kind of like strong feelings, like, yes, some of their bags, like there are design elements that you can see some subtle inspiration from Tumi. But in my opinion, Pioneer Carry has developed their own very distinct design language, where Tumi feels like very like utilitarian, luxury executive maximalist. There's a lot more of like a quiet luxury and unpretentiousness that comes from Pioneer Carry. So I identify a lot more with that. It's not about like, ooh, I'm getting a Tumi that's on sale. That's not the way I see it. But for anyone that loves Tumi products and you're like, I just can't shell out that amount of money, they are indirectly appeasing to a similar luxury executive target audience. Keeping those things in mind, if you like the idea of having a really spacious, versatile front admin panel, favorite admin panel in any bag, you want a slimmer, more compact bag so you don't carry a ton of stuff, you don't need a water bottle holder, this bag really does everything. And, sorry, sometimes I forget, but Pilgrim Churned Butter, zipper smoothness rating, give it a 9.4. Like, this front one, I've realized that like this trapezoidal line that they include in their Panda Pack pockets just makes it so freaking smooth. The Panda Pack got like a 9.6, just all the pockets are smoother, and then I detracted a little bit from just the single zipper pull in the back, but still like super smooth. If you're into the YKK Vislon zippers, the jigsaw interlocking type zippers that I love. But yeah, this is officially my second favorite Pioneer Carry bag. When I first got it, I was like right neck and neck with the Duration Pack, but the more I used it, I really love this thing, and I'm excited to continue using it. But best of luck and cheers.